Hello, I'm Jake and this is the first episode of the Assistant Editor 101 series. To start this series, we're going to be looking at media management using Windows File Explorer. First though, in this episode, we'll be covering a quick canned history of GUI-based file exploration. Explorer is an easily underestimated feature of your operating system, which can be fast and powerful when it comes to managing your edit media. File Explorer is the latest in a long line of GUI point-and-shoot based applications that basically allow the user to create, rename, move, print, copy, search for and delete files and directories without ever having to use the command prompt based operating systems like DOS and Unix that preceded. I remember when I was young. The Xerox Alto was one of the first computers designed for individual personal use, arguably making it the first of what is now known as a personal computer, aka PC. Development began in 1973 at the Xerox Palo Alto Research Center, or PARC. It was a hothouse of innovation set up by Xerox chief scientist Jack Goldman and nuclear physicist George Pake. Pake assembled world-class scientists and engineers, so-called architects of information, whose innovations inspired the young Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. PARC's accomplishments included laser printers, bitmap graphics, the WYSIWYG word processor, the invention of Ethernet office networks, and arguably the first network-based multiplayer video game. All of these elements were integrated into the Alto computer, which sported a 4-bit Texas Instrument, a 74181 chip, 128K of RAM, a 2.5MB solid-state removable hard drive, a 3-button mouse-driven graphical user interface, 3 Mb Ethernet, and of course a GUI-based file browser.
Good morning.
You come into your office, grab a cup of coffee.
Morning, Fred.
And a Xerox machine presents your morning mail on a screen.
What's the mail this morning?
Okay, here we have it. This is a Xerox Alto computer built around 1973. Some people would argue that this is the first personal computer. It really isn't, because for one thing, it wasn't ever for sale, and the parts alone cost about $10,000. But it has all the elements of quite a modern personal computer, and without it, we wouldn't have the Macintosh, we wouldn't have Windows, we wouldn't have most of the things we value in computing today. And ironically, none of those things has a Xerox name on it.
In December 1979, Jobs, then all of 24, had a privileged invitation to visit Xerox PARC.
And they showed me really 3 things. One of the things they showed me was object-oriented programming. They showed me that, but I didn't even see that. The other one they showed me was really a networked computer system. They had over 100 Alto computers, all networked, using email, etc., etc. I didn't even see that. I was so blinded by the first thing they showed me, which was the graphical user interface. I thought it was the best thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Anything else? Flowers. Well, what flowers? My anniversary.
Basically, they were copier heads that just had no clue about a computer or what it could do. And so they just grabbed defeat from the greatest victory in the computer industry. Xerox could have owned the entire computer industry.
Is more powerful got too far this time.
Interestingly, the original Macintosh desktop of 1984 also included a file browsing system known as the Finder. Incredibly, it wasn't until around 1990 that the Windows File Manager was first released, allowing the user to manage their files with a slightly more sophisticated GUI. Then finally, in 1995, Microsoft released its originally titled Windows 95. It was this all-new singing and dancing OS that introduced the now thoroughly familiar Windows File Explorer.
Oh, look, Maddie, I'm computing.
This little app allowed the user to navigate the directory system, rename, move and copy files, search for files and directories, launch applications and manage their files and folders. The new Windows File Explorer also introduced the now ubiquitous My Computer icon, Start menu, Control panel and Taskbar.
Taskbar? Is that anything like a Snickers bar? Does that have nougat?
You never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of.
In fact, this leads us to the end of our first episode. So to recap, Windows File Explorer, Mac OS X Finder have become so integrated into your operating system that you probably barely even register that you're using a GUI application to perform your everyday computing tasks. But please, spare a thought for the millions of dollars, man-hours, cutthroat business dealings and the unsung heroes of Xerox PARC that brought you the privilege of being able to open an application and import files with a simple click of the mouse. This is Jake's Assistant Editor 101.01a. Thanks for watching.
Situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the street, so I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my 10